Welcome, everybody, to Real Records.
Where we are all things movie,
all things TV,
all things nerd. Guess what, everybody?
I'm back.
Billy's back. Thank God. I was getting a little lonely. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, sorry. We had a little, just like most of people nowadays. Like, did you notice that
Mass post-holiday spread was so violent? It was kind of scary for like a minute because everyone was like, whoa, wait.
Exactly.
Wait,
and everything shut down for a split second. Everyone was like, wait, no, we're back.
And then, we had a PTSD flashback. And then they did like the drop from the 10-day quarantine to 5-day, not for like health or science reasons, but literally just send people back to their jobs.
Exactly.
When it was spreading its fastest. It was so scary.
Yeah, and in my household, just like most households, we had that little scare. We did have a little bit of COVID, but it's been over 10 days, well over 10 days. But so now I'm back.
Did you have symptoms? Were you like aching, tired, anything?
I had a cough and that was it.
Nah,
it wasn't even a bad cough. It was just like,
which might have just been a cough.
Exactly.
Did your parents have anything severe?
Oh, my parents were full-on positive, and I was trying to quarantine myself as far away from them as possible. I did not step into a room with them unless I was wearing my mask and was 6 feet away from them.
That's honorable. Somehow, knock on wood, I managed to just dodge this. Knock on wood again. I just managed to dodge this so well. I don't know how lucky I got. And then when I got my booster, I was dead for 2 days. And I was fine. Yeah. So yeah, that was like the big scare.
I got my booster like Sunday, so
yeah.
But that was last time on Real Records, Dalton went on a full hour-long rant about Godzilla.
And I will do it again. I had way too much fun with this. I did like a full run of all like the big hit classics, the classic Godzilla, pretty much something from each era up until Toho's like finale. And when I say finale, I mean like the 2004 one, which is still my favorite that I love to torment all my friends with by showing them it. And then
yes, you do. You do love it, even though I'm pretty sure I lost brain cells.
Yeah, that's like the point is the bright colors and the fast action is like so early 2000s, but not American to early 2000s. It was great. Like, that was a great year for film. 2019, yeah, it's probably one of the best years for film, but like 2004, you had Mean Girls and Godzilla. I mean, come on. But yeah, I was so hyped just to talk about all of that because there's so much there.
Yeah, and I'm not really the biggest Godzilla fan. My most Godzilla knowledge comes from 2014 Godzilla to Godzilla vs. Kong.
You saw both Pacific Rims, right?
I saw both.
So technically, you've seen everything Legendary has, which is their MonsterVerse.
Exactly.
We were talking about in the car how the Snyderverse was trying to keep up with Marvel and struggled for so long to make their universe like stable. And then the MonsterVerse did it so well that an unconnected property they just made a movie for is still connected so well.
Exactly. And rightfully so, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure in your opinion. I don't know if you would talk about this on your show. Probably not. But Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla rightfully won.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. There was no contest. But that was last week. Today, we're getting into our Hogwarts houses.
And if that sounds familiar, it's because, yes, we have done this before.
Yeah,
but there was a weird thing, I'm just saying. On the James Bond questionnaire, we got very, very different prompts and answers from ourselves. I feel like the Gryffindor for me was still very accurate, but I think our prompts, they are different each time, right?
Pardon?
The prompts from the wizarding world.
You have plenty. You have like a grand amount of questions, some of which are...
Some are similar, but like there's supposed to be a differentiation. We didn't get a differentiation because of some login thing set us on the same exact path.
Exactly. And then we had to rush through our answers, and then when we had to rush through your answers, you gave as quick answers as possible, and then you got a Gryffindor answer.
Yeah. I think the Gryffindor wasn't inaccurate, though. I thought I was a Hufflepuff, but I thought Hufflepuffs were similar to Libras, where they're kind of neutral, but they're different. They're similar, but they're not like...
They're honest. They're honest.
They're not like Gemini to Slytherin, which I think was the biggest red flag is that you didn't get Slytherin.
I was
a Gryffindor?
I was a Gryffindor, it turns out.
I just don't. Which is why it just doesn't make sense and probably was an issue on our part.
I mean, I admired people with a certain amount of bravery, but I wouldn't call myself brave. I wouldn't say that I value bravery, nerve, chivalry, all that stuff above all else. I
belong under the Snape.
Exactly.
You belong with the Snape.
I admire people who plan ahead, even when it's not the kindest thing, but it's the most necessary. I can see their point of view of, oh, yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have thought about doing the same thing, only I'm not that smart.
You do love astrology-esque personality scanners. That's like
Yes.
your thing. I'm trying to think what my thing for that would be, probably like that type of like, oh man, I love like addressing these things.
Yeah.
Maybe like certain like puzzles or board games. Like I love certain types of puzzles.
Yeah, I'm trying to really think about what your like thing is, because my thing definitely is personality quizzes, which in many ways is very Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Because you are a bookworm.
I'm a bookworm, but I hate books. I'm a movie
But
nerd.
you read didn't you read the entirety of the Bible for story? Literally like to analyze its story?
I read certain amounts of the Bible in order to turn it into a script and have it be accurate.
I understood. Like you wanted a comic accurate movie.
I wanted a comic accurate version of the Bible.
Oh my god.
Clearly. But
My favorite comic book movie is the Bible.
I think just from that alone, we both know that neither of us 100% agree with our sortings into Gryffindor. And along with that, we do think we could do better with the Patronuses and the wands, even though, like, I liked my Mastiff.
14-inch wand, yeah. I
liked my Mastiff. My Mastiff Patronus was a good boy. But I had to put him down in order to do this.
I had to put it.
I had to put him down if we were going to redo everything.
Oh my goodness. What did I have? I had a.
You had an otter, and we
I was
made.
gonna say, otters aren't rodents, are they? They're in the weasel family.
They're in the weasel family, and we made sure about this. This was the huggy sort of otters, and not the
Murderous,
vicious.
yeah, the evil ones that have the scary eyes and like do horrible things to other animals. They're like the dolphins of the weasel family.
Exactly. So, like, today we're going to be getting sorted back into our new Hogwarts houses for 2022. We're going to find out our wands, which will probably be the same since that quiz is a bit more factual. And then we are going to find out what our new Patronuses are.
Patronuses.
Just for a recap, in case some of you are unfamiliar or need a bit of a recap for what exactly the Hogwarts houses are, what they value, everything. Our first Hogwarts house
Is Gryffindor.
Exactly.
And its traits are.
Bravery, nerve, chivalry.
The motto is.
Do what is right.
And examples can include Harry Potter,
The main character of all.
From
Mulan from Disney, who I took the liberty of like making the examples be characters from Harry Potter and the Wizarding World that are confirmed to be this. Then pop culture characters who aren't necessarily sorted yet, but I think we can all assume, yeah, they're Gryffindor, they're Hufflepuff, they're Ravenclaw, they're Slytherin.
And a lot of
and then
actors whose characters they portray also fit that.
Nope, celebrities who are confirmed to be in this house. For example, in Gryffindor, our celebrity is Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes.
Do you think Rick Grimes would be a Gryffindor or a Slytherin?
I think he's a Gryffindor. I think he has that sort of do what is right mindset at the very beginning, and then it gets sort of clouded, but it's always about, okay, what can we do that is right?
Yeah. For our next house, Hufflepuff.
Their traits are...
Loyal, kind, and dedicated.
Their house motto is...
Do what is kind.
And examples of this house are...
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander from the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Might be. Deadpool. Like Deadpool himself, not Ryan Reynolds.
Deadpool the character is confirmed to be a Hufflepuff within the Marvel universe.
And Dwayne Johnson.
Yes, who is a proud Hufflepuff and will display it openly whenever he possibly can.
I think Hufflepuffs are the most like proud of their house. Like loudly.
They're honestly no. I would say that nowadays they are, because Hufflepuff is getting more representation thanks to Newt Scamander being the main character of Fantastic Beasts.
I think for a while it was.
It was Gryffindor for sure. Everyone wanted to be a Gryffindor, and then everyone started turning against Gryffindors when Hufflepuffs came into the limelight.
That's right when people didn't care as much about the main character.
Exactly. But next up, we have Ravenclaw.
Their traits include
Wisdom, creativity, and acceptance.
a bunch of bookworms. Their motto is,
Do what is wise.
and these examples include.
Luna Lovegood, who you haven't gotten to in the Harry Potter franchise.
I'm on 4.
You're on
In
4.
my
She
watch.
turns up in 5, and she's the best. And then we have from another fictional character, Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Did you get your stats from BuzzFeed? It's a lot of Disney characters with like their full traits listed.
I think we can all assume that Belle is for sure a Ravenclaw. Let's face it.
Bunch of.
She's
She's
bookiest
literally the
bookworm.
the bookiest bookworm from Disney.
The most possible bookworm I could get more from fictional characters is Lisa Simpson.
No, you know who else? The bird from the library in Avatar. Think about it.
Oh my God,
He
yeah.
literally would kill
He is-
children for books.
He is,
Or the guy who was trying to find the library. He would be a massive Ravenclaw.
and even just like Ravenclaw, he is a bird.
Yes. Like quite literally.
And the
just
celebrity that we have that has been confirmed by J.K. Rowling herself, Stephen Colbert.
when he interviewed her, I believe he found out he was one
Yep, she said that he was a Ravenclaw with Gryffindor undertones.
because he is both brave, bold, and always has a library behind him.
Exactly.
He's
I feel like most late night talk show people are Ravenclaws.
I also brought up Avatar because I have been stringing together a lot of TikTok content for our TikTok page. Just a heads
Ooh.
up. So we're expect
Yeah, we'll definitely plug that. We'll
Yeah.
definitely plug that right after.
expect some stuff coming up. I'm making a bunch.
Exactly. And last, but certainly not least, please don't let this be least, is Slytherin.
The traits include
Cunning, ambition, resourceful.
the motto is
Do what is necessary, which I cannot agree with more. This is my house. Please, let this be my house.
He really wanted this.
Please.
He really wanted this.
And examples of this include Severus Snape,
Snape,
Mr. Potter,
Mr. Potter,
our newest celebrity.
our newest celebrity.
And as for fictional characters, I went with Tony Stark. I think he would be a Slytherin.
Really, not like a Ravenclaw.
He would be Ravenclaw undertones, but overall, I think he identifies more as Slytherin because, especially with Ultron, his whole idea with Ultron was, we're not going to tell the team anything. We're just going to do this for the betterment of mankind. Even though it technically violates people's freedoms, it is what
Oh
is.
yeah, that's a very Slytherin
Exactly.
Slytherin ideology.
And for our celebrity, we have Lin-Manuel Miranda,
AKA
aka the person behind Hamilton, the person behind In the Heights, the person behind the songs in Encanto, and who will probably be hosting the Oscars this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Big
He
music
is-
man.
Exactly. He is a proud Slytherin and displays a Slytherin scarf whenever he can.
Yeah.
Which,
He's very prideful.
yes, please, I just want to be a Slytherin. With
We
that,
know, Billy.
with that said,
We know.
what are your predictions? Like rank the Hogwarts houses based on
Likelihood I'll get them.
likelihood you'll get them. What is number 1? What is number 2? What is number 3? What is the least?
I'm gonna start from the least actually.
Okay.
Immediately, Ravenclaw, bottom.
You think you are not a Ravenclaw?
I don't think it fits me, bro. I'm just not.
Is it because you've been making fun of Ravenclaws this whole time?
Bookworms? Go read a book.
Remember, I made fun of Gryffindors all last episode, and I turned out to be a Gryffindor.
I like book. I like pictures because I can barely read. Next up, in least likely, Slytherin. I don't see a lot of Slytherin in myself because I'm not an absolutist, you know.
Yeah, I could see you being more. I would
Slytherin
say.
undertones. I can see that happening, but I don't personally feel it.
Yeah.
Next up, Hufflepuff, because I always assumed there's some sort of Hufflepuff thing for me because of the dedicated, the kind,
The
Dwayne,
honest.
the Dwayne Johnson.
The Dwayne Johnson, of course. Humbleness as ever.
I'm very humble. I love that oxymoron. It's so funny. But yeah, Gryffindor would still be at the top for me, honestly.
Really?
I don't see it not happening, you know?
And yet you had the idea of doing this.
Honestly, yeah.
I would say that of all the houses, for you, Slytherin, for me, I cannot see you in Slytherin at all.
You think that would be at the bottom and Ravenclaw
think-
would be above it?
I think Ravenclaw would be above it. I think Gryffindor would be tied with Ravenclaw.
That is
and
a
then-
fear. I have a fear that Ravenclaw will bubble to the surface for me because I'm making fun of it so much.
Which happened with me with Gryffindor. With that said,
Knock on wood.
With that said, for me, my least likely house would probably be. I don't know about Gryffindor anymore because Gryffindor, I've identified it as it for a couple months now, even though I was never 100% on it.
He really wants to plunge this to the bottom. He doesn't want to be anywhere near Gryffindor.
I don't want to be Gryffindor anymore. Please don't make me be Gryffindor. I have nothing against Gryffindors,
but like,
except for the obnoxious ones.
you hate having the idea of main character energy. You don't want main character energy at all.
Exactly.
You want side character that only pops up during important things to fix it.
With that said, the more I think about it, I would say that this is my number 3. My number 4, the house I think I am least like, is Hufflepuff.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm a Hufflepuff.
I can see like the loyalty, but like
The loyalty, but everything else, I am not fair. I will
you will stab the competition's tires like for a race.
I will actively like try to fix things to get them into my favor. And
You will be a meticulous chess player.
I am a chess player, unlike you. I'm a
I'm
chess
actually
player.
I'm learning chess right now. Yeah, I want to verse you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a multi-deck playing table that we just opened up. It has poker, Chinese checkers, and I believe chess.
Oh, we are having a night.
We gotta form a poker night. We were supposed to do one at the end of high school. Remember?
And then
Everyone left. Everyone's like 5 hours away now. But,
Exactly.
yeah, for you, Hufflepuff seems very low.
Exactly.
I would be astounded and kind of mad, honestly, if it popped up for you.
number 3 is again Gryffindor because I don't identify with it, even though it is the house that I've been for the longest time. My number 2 is Ravenclaw because I don't know. I see myself as witty. I see myself.
Yeah, I see you as very book. You don't because
I'm not a book person. I'm a movie person. But
you're
in that
a writer
regard,
more than a reader.
exactly.
Like you would produce for Ravenclaws. You wouldn't consume as a Ravenclaw.
I would study as much as I possibly could for what I want to do. With that said, I feel like that aligns more with my number 1, the house I really want to get, Slytherin. That cough button does not work.
It didn't.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, wait. What about it? Yeah.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, it did work.
Anyway, Slytherin, I would say, is my number 1 house. I feel like I am very resourceful. I feel like I do value cunning in most people. I feel like I do identify more. I've always been a red flag. I've always identified more with the villains of the movies. I've always looked up to them more.
I think you also appreciate when the villain is written so compellingly that you don't want to disagree. Like it's like, oh, I see why he said that. I see why he's doing this. You sympathize with those who seem evil on the surface, and then they're like just trying to fix something.
Some of the best examples I come up with are 3 of my favorite movies: Joker, Infinity War, and Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, we could really debate the Thanos thing though, because I don't think it was as justified.
I think he was
An
on the
absolutist.
surface. I think he was on the surface. He was like, "Oh yeah, that could be good," and then he completed his plan. But then when you really think about it, why did he destroy the stones if, like, within time, the same thing is going to happen again?
Well-
so destroying the stones was the worst thing he could possibly do.
Did you see the film theory on it though? That explains because of Eternals, they actually thought he knew what he was doing, but he didn't know everything about it. Because the whole like population cap thing would have made it like more what's his name? He was trying to stop the population from going to a point where something would destroy the planet.
True. Yeah.
That was like his justification. So yeah,
We'll see what happens in Eternals too, because of like, did you see Eternals?
yes.
Okay, we'll see what happens in
Spoiler
Eternals.
warning, because it's still recent.
It's still recent. It's on Disney Plus now.
Still
for free.
recent.
So
It's still for free. You have to pay for
For free?
Disney. I'm saying you have to pay for Disney.
you have
Plus,
to pay for Disney Plus, but it is for free once you pay for Disney
though.
Plus.
Spoiler warning to anyone
Yeah.
that cares.
Because now that Thanos' brother is going to be in Eternals too,
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles is gonna be in
shout out to
Eternals
Harry
too.
Styles.
we could see more of like a backstory for Thanos. But with that said, let's get into some of these polls because
I apologize again, guys. Last time couldn't do polls because
couldn't do
Billy
polls.
does the polls. I do the TikTok.
I do the polls and I have no knowledge of Godzilla, so I would feel like a fraud doing.
Also, at some point, we are probably going to set up a Facebook because of certain group posts that we need to participate in.
Exactly.
So we can get big in the Facebook game because that's like a locating site now.
We did ask our lovely followers on our Instagram at Real Wreckers what Hogwarts house they are in, because we asked them beforehand to redo their entire Pottermore sortings, everything, delete their account, set up a new one, and most of them actually did it.
We've grown and reset, I think. Well, not reset, but like we've had a pretty hard stop and start again. So I think a lot of people might have changed, like matured.
But I know one person who hasn't, who did participate in our poll.
I think I know who.
One of our old friends from high school, Anish Sondor, said that he was a Ravenclaw, which
He redid his.
absolutely, yeah, he
Oh
redid.
yeah, he is.
He is 100% a Ravenclaw.
He's not a book nerd, but he's like a studier. He's like he's a reading. I think he's a good reader.
He is the most.
Versed.
Well, you haven't seen Luna Lovegood yet, so you have no context of this. But he is Luna Lovegood mixed with Gilderoy Lockhart. If ever there was a person, he is that mixture. It's pretty obvious.
If I see it, I'll be like dying laughing probably.
Absolutely. When you watch the fifth movie, Gilderoy Lockhart, Luna Lovegood together equals Anish.
Oh my god. I need to see this now.
And next up, we have Audrey Charlotte.
She's very mad at you about this because she thinks you just straight up don't like your. She thought I didn't like my results. I don't mind.
I made fun of Gryffindor the entire time and then got Gryffindor.
I was
Why would
talking
I
about
like that?
Hufflepuff the entire time, and I think Hufflepuff was actually my lowest percentage. So,
But speaking of which, she did say that she was a Hufflepuff.
yeah, she's like 100% in that. Her entire house, her entire house is that house.
I've always found it weird that sometimes, like,
She has
your
Ravenclaw undertones though.
yeah, your secondary house can like instantly like, ooh, I don't know if you're this house or that house.
It's kind of like your night and day, I guess. I think for star signs, I'm pretty sure your moon and your sun are that. It's like your secondary sign of whatever.
Because I think like the most likable people are Hufflepuffs, but I think they identify more as Gryffindors. Like, I don't know which one you are because you could be the good side of Gryffindor, but
Yeah. So
And
I see it.
yeah. And lastly, we do have Littlefoot 1, who, as we know, as Lexi, my cousin. She redid her sorting, and she said, and I quote, Hufflepuff again for the 5th time.
Hufflepuffs are like we say Slytherins are the absolutist personality-wise, but Hufflepuffs situationally are always so absolutely
Because
Bam,
you know why?
Hufflepuff.
Because they're dedicated.
exactly. They're
Loyal.
Somehow their loyalty is so strong that no matter how many times you stick the hat on their head, if you get a Men in Black pen, the one that wipes your memory, and you do it to the Sorting Hat himself, and you keep spamming it, you put the hat on, so he's like. Hufflepuff, Hufflepuff, Hufflepuff. He just keeps spamming it. He doesn't know who he is. He's like, "What's my Hufflepuff?" He just-
Which, again, like Audrey, I do honestly feel like with Lexi, there are times where, I don't know, you could be a Ravenclaw.
you might. I feel like you kind of got Harry Pottered quite literally because the sorting wasn't correct. Like it wasn't correctly stating you.
I do, in many ways, I do identify with Harry Potter more now because, bless you, because I was sorted into Gryffindor, and now I'm starting to think, no, I should be in Slytherin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. If by that logic I get sorted into Gryffindor again, this entire keyboard.
You're just gonna like rip the screen out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing you'll probably experience, knock on wood, is you're gonna get Gryffindor undertones. or Hufflepuff undertones. It's gonna be so weird if you get Hufflepuff undertones.
If I am anything, I would say that I am a Slytherin with Ravenclaw undertones.
Yeah,
With you, I would say you are.
Gryffindor with Hufflepuff undertones.
I would say you are a Hufflepuff with sort of competing Gryffindor and Ravenclaw undertones. Because you don't think you're that book nerdish, but you don't need to necessarily be a book nerd to be in Ravenclaw. You just need
still
to
read a lot.
You just
I
need
don't
to
read
be.
books.
You just need to value wisdom, creativity, and acceptance above all else.
Yeah, especially right now, I'm like tasking to be wisdomous. I think that's the term, right? Like the adjective wisdomous.
Wise.
Yeah, no, wisdomous sounds cooler. As you can tell, I'm very knowledgeable. Yeah, I think I'm trying to still gain more knowledge now.
More knowledge.
I love breaking your brain.
Yeah.
So dedicated. You're so not humble.
But with that said, I just want to get this over with what house I'm in.
Discover your house, bro.
All right, so ready?
Absolutely.
Discover your house.
Lego.
Start the sorting ceremony.
Adorn the sorting hat.
Moon or stars? I'm a stars man.
You thought... Wait. No, I thought I was a moon guy last time.
You might, but for me, I'm a stars person. I'm all about the quasars. I'm all about the galaxies. I'm all about the infiniteness of space.
You're all about David Bowie? Starman?
Hell,
You're a star
yes. There's a star man waiting in the sky. All right, so I think we could both agree. I'm a starman.
Go Starman.
I'm Starman.
I'm a little bit more of a Rocket Man, you know?
Why was all of David Bowie's? No, that's not David
That's
Bowie.
Elton John.
That's Elton John.
Freddie Mercury, the planet. Star Man, Rocket Man.
All of the best singers are from space.
I mean, yeah, you know what kind of drugs they were on? They were definitely on the moon and further. They went on a journey at that point.
Second question: If you could have any power, which would you choose?
I thought it said if you could have any potion.
Any power. The power to read minds, the power to change the past, the power of invisibility, the power to speak to animals, the power of superhuman strength, or the power to change your appearance at will.
I feel like you would fall into a Doctor Strange type of time thing. You would be like evil Doctor Strange, where you would keep repeatedly trying to fix a certain event.
Yeah.
That would be like your personal tragedy.
The thing that calls out to me about changing about the power to change the past is not that it's time travel. It is the ability to change the past, which frees you of that personal responsibility of, oh, if I do this, then I'll create a paradox. But no. If I do this, then it's a multiverse, and I create another universe that I go to, like, instantly. Like, yes.
I'm thinking also change the past with magic as opposed to manipulate or go to the past. It's more like, oh, I just changed this event. It's not I didn't create a domino effect. You're just changing the past. It's like, oh, you painted the Statue of Liberty.
Exactly. Like,
but you didn't make it so you didn't make the American flag turn green or something. You just made the Statue of Liberty red, and that's an absolute.
Exactly. So I would go with change the past. Which of the following do you find the most difficult to deal with? Ooh, this should be interesting. Loneliness.
No, you seem pretty fine.
I'm so boredom. Which,
No, you seem pretty fine.
hunger. I can get through hunger like nothing. I can get through it. Being ignored.
No, you seem pretty fine.
That hurt. Or cold.
You literally said you don't have any ability. You lost your
I realize
circulation.
I like to go on walks during the mornings, and over the past couple days, since it's been like in the teens in terms of temperature wise, I have realized that I have terrible circulation in my fingers, and have thought multiple times that I was going to die of hypothermia.
I mean, first your finger will break off.
Exactly.
Then the hypothermia.
Yeah. But out of all of these, physically cold, mentally being ignored kills. If I have something to say and no one's giving me the time of day, it is the most
I'd
it's
say
the most crushing feeling ever.
you would last longer in the cold than you would being ignored.
Absolutely.
Like you would be able to purge the cold,
If
but you
I-
would be able to not be ignored.
If I had something to say and everyone was just, okay, so how about you instead of you, Billy? How about you? Like, if this is a perfect example. Every time when I had like the answer to a question, I was like,
And your hand
yes,
is
yes,
absolute-
yes, I know it. I'm the smart person.
And then the teacher tries to do like a mini teach session to one person to like watch their brain unwrap it, but they're not understanding. They want someone else to help them out.
Exactly. And that person gets it completely wrong. I'm like, but I had the answer. But I had it. It was in my grasp. So yeah, being ignored.
And then they would say like, "Oh, the teacher's trying to help out the guy that doesn't understand," but it's not working with
But
that
I knew it. So why didn't you pick me?
because they don't do that for like students who need help. They just do it for someone who doesn't understand yet.
I need that
I was
acceptance.
gonna say for that micro situation, the acceptance won't help the other person as much.
I need that acceptance. Being ignored hurts. Being ignored hurts. That is the answer.
Am I good? All right, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you're good.
My
Yeah.
plug wasn't plugged in.
Don't worry. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other.
Fat toadstool.
That's fat shaming right there.
They don't even have fat.
The bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling. Which, hell no. I'm not going near that.
Put my hand in it.
The silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples. Which, I mean, kinda.
You ever like bitten metal though? Like you ever bitten into tinfoil? That's what I'd be afraid it would taste like.
No, but going back to the whole thing about, oh, I studied the Bible to make a script on the Bible. Mm-hmm. There you go. Golden apple. Golden fruit. Or the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. That's a tough. It's definitely between the golden apples and the strangely twinkling eye. Because I feel like as I would be circling all of these options, the statue, I would just pass by the statue for a second, and then at the corner of my eye, there would be a twinkle from the statue. I'm like, wait, what was that?
Just a forewarning though. The old wizard with a twinkling eye, that could be a Zelda reference. That is it's dangerous to go alone and take this guy, that wizard.
Yeah, but Zelda is also a very open world building game, which could be a Ravenclaw answer.
That would actually be more because Link himself is definitely a Gryffindor. He's nothing but chivalry and bravery and like loyalty. So I'd tread lightly with that.
It's between the silver. Well, what would I do with golden apple? Honestly,
Golden pie.
I just need to see what's twinkling. Is it money? Is it a diamond? Is it just a mirror reflecting the sun?
What if it's a gold apple? What if it's a gold apple?
I just need to know.
Apple slice.
I just need to know. I recently posted this whole thing. Between the red pill and the blue pill, I would always choose the red pill because my curiosity would just get the better of me. Like, okay,
What is the reality?
What is reality? I would take the red pill. I'm like, I need to know. I need to know.
Just the pure need to like find out like what's over this hill, what's in the scary spot.
Exactly. So I'm going with Statue with the Twinkling Eye. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a wizard. Do you ask them what makes them think so? Tell them that you are worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor. Wow.
I forgot how horrible like muggle of an insult it is.
It is. Well, actually, Mudblood is worse.
Yes. That's like a hard M.
Exactly. Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a Jinx. Which, no, I'm not doing that.
You wouldn't?
I would not offer them a free sample of a Jinx.
I thought a Jinx was a bad thing.
It is.
Yeah, like a free, like it's offering someone a knuckle sandwich.
But it's like, I don't know if it's like a potion that they mean or not. Because it's like, okay, I will give you this Jinx to give to someone else. or agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether you are bluffing.
That sounds a little you.
That sounds a little me. It's between that and ask them what makes them think so. Because
You just want to see like where they're going.
I want to see, like, I want to see if I can poke holes in their theory. And if I can't, there's always obliviate.
You are a debater. Like you would be like, what makes you think so? Like what's your deduction for that?
Exactly.
You would like
I would-
outclass them in a debate.
Like I said, the curiosity would get the better of me. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go ask them what makes them think so.
I don't know, man. Though with our last debate, I think I kind of swept the room with it.
Hey,
Still arguing from Christmas.
how would you like to be known to history? The great, the wise, the bold, or the good? It's definitely between the great and the good. I can live without being the bold. Like, who wants, like, really?
I like bold fonts. I like bold
bold
statements.
I like bold fonts. I don't like bold people. The wise
These-
could call me, but I'm more leaning towards the good and the great. And I'm going to go the great. Because I feel like the good people of history are always the ones that you pass a
I
second
feel like some of
glance.
the goods have skeletons in their closet, like Mother Teresa or Gandhi.
Exactly. But the greats are so big that you know all the skeletons in their closet. But at the same
We're
time,
from their great.
the reputation does not care whether you know about their skeletons because they are great.
Yeah, it's like the proportions of them being great to their skeletons is much larger. Like their greatness outweighs entirely their skeletons. With the good, there's like a historical teeter-totter for them.
Exactly. When you know that someone is good in the history book, you think,
It's like, oh,
okay,
they
but
weren't an evil conqueror. They were just not a bad guy.
exactly. But with the great, you could be an evil conqueror. By the same time, you could have stopped an entire war.
Yeah, for the great, it's like, oh, you prevented chaos. Like you made a decision that actually like did something big.
You can be a great conqueror, but at the same time, you can also be a great strategist. You can be a great revolutionary. You can be a great many things.
Yeah,
You can
and-
be a good. You can
and-
be a good something. You can be a great many.
When how good the action is, like the goodness of the action was debatable, not the whether it was a good or bad. If it's just how good was it, it was this, or how great was it, it was pretty great, or it was very great. It's like, oh, it's either you're great or you're great no matter what. It's like, were you good, or did you do this, which kind of like skeletoned your closet.
Exactly. So I'm going to go with. I would rather be known in history as the Great. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you take with you? A cat, a toad, or an owl?
Are you allergic to cats? Excuse
I'm not allergic to cats. My mom is. I'm growing to love cats more and more now.
Because you want a Dr. Evil cat like on your lap in your evil
Dr.
chair.
Evil
Turn
cat.
around and face the hero.
Hello there, Mr. Bond.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
So definitely not a toad. I don't need a toad.
Unbelievable.
Cats, I'm growing to love them. But owls are just practical in the Harry Potter world.
Yeah, but also cats can do parkour, so like they can also fit into smaller spaces more than owls, because owls have to have their wings out, and owls are slow everywhere but the air. Cats are fast, and they can survive heights, so they can get on an owl's level.
True, but at the same time, have you ever noticed that in Harry Potter, they just give the owls the letter,
And it just goes.
tell them nothing, and then it just knows where to go.
And we've seen cats get petrified before.
Exactly. So
We've
I
never
feel
seen an owl get petrified. We just see them get they can get hit, but they get back up. They get struck, they get back up. They go large distances in the freezing cold, they get back up.
exactly.
Durability.
I feel like, yeah, owls is where I'm going to go. Of the owls, which one would I choose?
Which one?
A barn owl, a tawny owl, a snowy owl,
I don't know, that looks like your type.
a screech owl, which just flat out looks like Batman, or a brown owl.
Well, you know Batman's favorite animal. It's an owl.
That might be his least favorite animal.
What?
Court of owls, man.
No, like Batman's favorite animal was an owl.
That might be his least favorite, because do you not remember the Court of Owls?
Batman
Beware the Court of Owls. All that stuff.
favorite animal. His least favorite was the bat because ow.
He's terrified.
Bat,
Huh.
right? Ha! I got you. I got you in your own.
Brown owl.
Big boy.
Anyway, brown owl. No,
Big guy.
I don't need the big guy.
Big guy.
Screech owl. The Batman look is going for me. The fact that it is a screech owl,
You hate loud.
it will annoy me. Snow owl, possibly.
They don't make noise.
They don't. All the noise you hear in Harry Potter, that's just the sound design guys putting in noise where
Well, they
there
do make
shouldn't
sounds,
be.
but like when they're hunting, they are
They are silent as the grave.
because they where they hunt in the snow, they're mostly their prey can't see them because they're usually snow blinded, but they can hear them violently, so they have to be completely silent.
Exactly. They're silent. They're striking, which
And you love they remind me of something out of Game of Thrones. They seem very Game of
Yeah.
Thronesy.
Tawny owl, which
It's so
yeah,
cute.
it's just adorable.
Look at his
He
eyes.
could a bow tie on him.
How are you supposed to intimidate? How are you supposed to intimidate something with that?
That's the most Hufflepuff looking owl I've ever seen in my life.
Right? It is
And
weird to me
then-
that Hufflepuff's thing is a badger. Like that's such a stubborn animal that like I don't know.
It's such an at first non-intimidating animal that when you really like look into in the slightest, realize, oh my god, these things have just one of these things have taken on prides of lions.
Yeah, and they're like virtually invincible. I feel like that could be more Ravenclaw-y because they're like like they don't look like much, but they're secretly like
I would say that's
unstoppable.
more Hufflepuff. And lastly, barn owl, which
Sleepy. He looks sleepy.
I've always had a soft spot towards barn owls.
Have you seen them when they're like little?
Yeah. I've always had a soft spot towards barn owls, mainly because of, have you ever seen the Zack Snyder movie, The Owls of Gazul, or The Legend of the Guardians, or something like that?
I have not. I should watch it though.
It is, the main characters are all barn owls, I should say. And I don't know, ever since seeing that movie when I was a little kid, I've always been like, oh yeah, I always liked a barn owl. Like, I don't know, like snowy owl, I do think for clout, that gives me more clout, but for barn owl, there's something more personal about it with a barn owl. I wouldn't really care that if it would make noise, because it's just like, oh yeah, you remind me of my childhood.
It's like my childhood animal choice for you.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go barn owl. Left or right? I'm right-handed, so right. That is my logic. Any objection?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, this is like that's a flip of the coin for me is left and right.
Yeah.
It literally depends on whatever your first like thought that pops up as your deduction.
Exactly. I'm right-handed, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Sorting Hat is ready to make its decision,
Oh man.
and I am officially Gryffindor.
You're so mad.
No! 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 No!
Oh man. Oh man. Straight up. Hold on. I need to see what made that.
I am once again a Gryffindor.
You can't escape. You can't escape.
I hate my life.
You jinxed yourself again.
Courage, bravery, determination. Gryffindors possess a keen sense of right and wrong and seek to redress injustice,
Oh my God.
either to themselves or to others. The strong moral compass can lead them to great acts of bravery at best, championing causes and fighting for the underdog. At worst, this can incline them to pettiness and maliciousness when they feel they have been wronged.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah. it still kind of fits. I'm sorry. But
It
like,
still kind of fits, but at the same time,
you
I'm not a main character.
I feel like you can have non-main character Gryffindors though.
I am a true neutral.
Cuz you're like the type of side character to get a short series.
If, honestly, I feel like my cousin Lexi jinxed this because I asked her what she thought I would be. And she said, I am somewhere between Slytherin and Gryffindor. I asked her why she thought Gryffindor. And she said, well, you've always been more of a Neville Longbottom sort of Gryffindor. I'm like, shit, you're right.
You got long bottom.
I got long-bottomed.
You got Neville.
I got
Neville he got swallowed up by the maze, didn't he?
Neville got...
No, he gave Harry the
The gillyweed.
Yes. I want to take some gillyweed because I want like
You want to have those powers.
Dude, I would love to be able to like deep sea. What's his name? Like do the deep sea dive for that. Because I assume it makes you pressure resistant.
So I think it's
Let me set
your
up
go.
my Pottermore.
Exactly. So he's gonna come over here. He's gonna log in just so that we don't. Yeah, just so that we don't have any more of those technical difficulties that we had last time.
That was funny.
It was funny, and then we realized, oh my god. Ugh. Like, I'm not opposed to Gryffindor. Like, I feel like...
You're so mad. I'm sorry, but like, oh, hello. That is the inspect element. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Log in again.
Yeah, I accidentally hit Control I or something. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, he messed up on the computer a bit. But we are still rolling. I feel like I do respect like the subtle Gryffindors. Like, I feel like Captain America, Superman, Aragorn, Daredevil, they are subtle Gryffindors. Intellectual Gryffindors.
There, I'm in. Hold on.
But at the same time, those negative Gryffindors, when they get the spotlight, I want to punch them.
Man, maybe you can like reclaim and adjust the title of Gryffindor as not just hero.
Exactly.
All right, for me, discover my house.
All right, Dalton, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, discover your house.
Adorn the sorting hat. Start. Moon or stars?
Are you a moon boy or stars man?
For me, actually, I always love like the because the moon isn't that close to Earth.
It isn't. It's obnoxiously far away, but at the same time, always in your face.
It's such a sized journey that I like it. I like moons.
You like
Death Star, Endor, Yavin 4.
You've always you're a moon boy instead of a star man.
Yes.
All right.
You know, I can't explain. I think for a while when I was writing a character, I wanted them to be from the moon.
Just the solid object, just the fact that there's nothing on it.
A lot of story, you know, it's an isolated zone. It's like, you know, it's a frontier. Like you step down, it's silent. The horizon just goes on.
Have you seen the trailer for the new movie Moonfall?
No, I want to see. Wait, I think I did see the trailer. I want to see it. I do want to see it. But I think in a lot of stories that I like, the moon is used as a thematic tool. I always get mad when in a lot of games when the moon's in the sky, they mess it up because it's upside down. A lot of times because I think the photo they take.
Again, not a Ravenclaw.
Why is that?
You're nitpicking just the most minute part of a geographic object.
I'm not a Ravenclaw. Oh, no. But seriously, I see myself moon. You know.
You're a moon boy.
Yeah.
One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson and asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do?
You know, I feel like I'm like what's his name? Tempted to be. I think I've been in a situation like this before, but it was more like I accidentally caught the person in the act. If you hold control and scroll a little bit, it'll enlarge this because I can barely read.
Control and scroll?
Yes. Tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, as you're both in the same house, any points he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like a win-win.
It's a lose-win.
Because if he gets caught, I will win, and it'll still support our house.
Yes.
So for the general better good,
The greater good. There's also...
You would not wait to be asked to tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If you knew that somebody was using a forbidden quill, you would tell the teacher before the exam started.
Yeah,
No. I would like mumble it, and then the person next to me would say it loudly, or someone next to me would mumble it. I would ask it again out loud, and then it would like spread through the room, and be like, what, and then it would like cause a chain, and then eventually it would get to the teacher, so that it wouldn't be like, oh, he snitched. It's like, wait, is there something wrong with that kid's quill? Yo, is there something? Oh wow, wait, hey, he's cheating. Like that type
Option
of
3.
lie and say you don't know, but hope that somebody else tells Professor Flitwick the truth. No, I'm not a liar.
You wouldn't lie?
No, I don't think so.
You're not a snitches get stitches person?
Nope,
Really?
not like a snitch, unless it's someone like I hate. Tell Professor Flitwick that he ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. I kind of would.
At the same time,
if I hate him.
But at the same time, that would like instantly tell the professor like, oh yeah, I should probably be looking in the student's direction. He's probably guilty.
I don't know. As someone who would cheat on, if it's a stupid simple quiz, I would cheat on it. If it's like, dude, this isn't even something you should cheat on. This is actually like a practical.
But if
quiz.
you're like seeing someone like actively cheat on their exam, not only do they cheat, they beat you into second place.
Imagine what would make this a lot more imposing as a question if the quill was basing itself off of my answers. Ooh. So it would be like, oh, he's cheating with a tool directly copying me. Then it makes it personal.
That's true.
So.
But with that said, which one?
Go to the first one again.
First one, tell the professor the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, as you are both in the same house, any points that he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place.
Go to the third again.
Third is lie.
The next one after that.
Tell the professor that he ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will.
Because even with this situation, I'm going to come in first place if he gets caught, and it's still going to benefit our house, right?
I feel like no.
I'm going to go to the first because same way, it's like a being the great type of way.
True.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's going to mess it up for everyone. The fact that he's cheating, if you think about it, it's going to mess it up for our house. And that's destroying a clan. Like, you're going to destroy our you're like smoking in the house, but the smoke's going to get in my room.
Exactly.
You're messing it up for everyone. If you're cheating for yourself and it's not going to hurt, it's going to hurt us both though. So, yeah, I think that was justified.
All right. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try to open?
The gleaming jet black box with a silver lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. From Finding Nemo? The small pewter box?
Pewter. The small pewter box.
Pewter box. Unassuming and plain with a scratched message upon it that reads, I open only for the wit. That sounds like something that I would make, like a scratchy box like that. I actually did make a scratchy box for a speaker. The small tortoiseshell box. I hate tortoiseshell. Sorry.
So you're going to go no?
Skip. I'm not reading that.
Skip?
I hate
Okay.
tortoiseshell. I hate glasses that have that. I'm just so tired of it. Sorry, it's a personal thing. Ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable. I like unbearable temptation.
Unbearable temptation.
I don't know. I would love to I would grab a stone with my hand, like an infinity stone. I would use the this spell will like probably break your arm if you don't do it. I would totally hit that spell.
In many ways, for me, I know this is not my quiz, but for me personally, both this unbearable temptation and I open only for the worthy call out to me personally because
Gryffindor. You just Gryffindor yourself right there.
No, because both that curiosity is still there. Like, am I worthy or what is the temptation?
Unbearable. I'm gonna go with the unbearable temptation.
All right.
Because it's not going to jeopardize others. Just jeopardize myself. It's like do you want the demonic spell? Do you want the demonic? Yeah. It's just demonic. It's a demonic spell as opposed to a light spell. It's literally you can't have one without the other. I'm gonna use the evil also. I'm like a gray Jedi,
Sure.
I can use dark magic if I want.
All right. After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Ask for more stories about your adventures?
Miss you, but smile. That'd be nice. Think with admiration of your achievements. That's a great.
Yeah. Or
I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think of me when I'm alive that counts. That makes it very stuck in time. Like,
that last question, that last answer, I'm a bit all over the place on, because at the same time, yeah, I do want people to think good of me when I'm alive, but at the same time, that
I don't want to be a
just
trend.
that just means that I am not I have no legacy.
Or like I'm unmemorable. Am I that? Am I only like as exciting as a flickering light?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I never say I don't care for things.
Exactly. So
Think admiration for my achievements, but not for me. I would go with a smile.
you would say miss you but smile.
Yes, because
Alright.
that makes me memorable and like liked. Because that means I was liked at the time, and like I wasn't. If someone who hates me during my time wouldn't smile about me, so it means I was great the entire time.
If it me so between that the great and the good, you would go with the good.
Yes,
All right. So miss you but smile.
because it wouldn't be like a debatable thing. It'd be like, not really. I thought about it. I can't remember. It's like they can't think of anything bad, because it means they're just thinking of all the stuff about me. You know,
Sure.
keep living their head rent free.
If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? A cat, a toad, or an owl?
I don't hate cats. I'm a little bit allergic to them, but I just have to be around them long enough that I get used to it in the same day.
Oh, so
I
you
don't-
grew up an immunity to it.
Yes,
That's cool.
They're the only thing the only allergy that I actually can build up an immunity to.
Cool.
I don't like how liquidy they are though, because I can't. If I pick one up, it's kind of like the rest of it isn't coming up with it. I like dogs because like you pick them up, the whole thing comes up. Owls, I know they're the most practical. I'm gonna go with toad.
You're gonna go toad. Why are you going toad?
I can't explain why, but it seems like somehow the two most practical choices seem very obvious, but the toad
You
is
just want to see what the toad answer.
like
What are the options of toad?
It's like, wait, the toad has this secret crazy ability, and no one picks it because they're like, what am I going to do with the toad? And then the toad does something insane.
Or you can be just Trevor, Neville Longbottom's toad, who just escapes everything.
Yeah, like it's like what is that called when a character is always like silent? Like it's like someone having headphones on during a big superhero fight, and like they're in the middle of it, but they
Aloof?
like an aloof character.
Yeah.
I want I want a toad for that.
You want a toad?
It's kind of they're like the bard. I want a bard toad. Like they're so lucky. They don't need a power. They don't need to fight. They just every hit misses them basically.
I've always been a druid man, but okay. The options for toad are Harlequin toad,
I'm not Joker.
Dragon toad,
I like him. Look at his neck.
Natterjack toad,
He's so funny. Look, he's so
Common toad,
not bad.
Three toad, hoo hoo hoo.
He's so cute. And look at his worried little expression. He reminds me of my dog because he has like a resting sad face. I'm liking the dragon
The
toad.
dragon toad.
He's like way too.
He looks like he has fur.
He looks like I'm trying to think. He kind of looks like Godzilla actually because Shin has like the way he stands. I like him.
He looks like the molten Godzilla from the end of King of Monsters.
Burning Godzilla.
Burning Godzilla.
Which is actually the second Burning Godzilla. There was a Burning Godzilla that was before him.
So you're gonna go dragon toad.
Yes.
Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness,
Kinda.
boredom,
Yes.
hunger,
Absolutely.
being ignored,
Yeah.
or cold.
Nowadays, yeah, actually. I used to be overheated very easily, but I don't know why. Growing older, I just have. I think my metabolism.
It's like slowing down so you get colder faster.
I don't burn as much anymore, as violently. I think because I got more into weightlifting as I got older.
This is why getting old sucks.
I was gonna say once we hit 30, our backs will start to like cramp up. It's gonna suck.
Oh, I'm already starting to turn into a question mark.
Cold maybe.
Being
Being
ignored.
ignored. It's a pretty hard hitter, but I can kind of flip that to my advantage sometimes.
All right.
Hunger, it can motivate me because when I used to be very picky, so trying new things for me when I was really really hungry, someone was like, "Yo, just try this." That's how I tried salad for the first time. I was so terrified of salad because Okay, you know the different lettuce? There's romaine and there's iceberg. I hate iceberg. That is like the cold, wet one that ruins everything.
I don't care about
It's
lettuce.
cold and wet and it gets everywhere, just like sand.
That's like almost the exact opposite of
Yes,
sand.
quite literally the opposite. But they're always next to each other. So I'm gonna say
There's also boredom.
Yeah, loneliness. Everyone calls me an extroverted introvert, which means
Oh, you're absolutely.
I can talk to anyone, but I prefer to have my sit
prefer-
on the balcony with a glass of wine or type of deal.
Exactly. So
It's
which one are
boredom.
you? You're on boredom?
Yes, it is a weakness that I flip around as soon as it happens.
So you're on boredom.
Actually,
You're on boredom.
I can enjoy boredom now. I'm gonna go hunger.
You've been between boredom, hunger, and being ignored.
Hunger,
You're on hunger?
because I can put up with the other two. Hunger is a last resort. It's like the last thing you would do to torment me.
If you could have any of the following superpowers, which would you have? The power to read minds, the power to change the past, the power of invisibility, the power to speak to animals, the power of superhuman strength, or the power to change your appearance at will.
I feel like this sounds so messed up. Invisibility, like a cloak, or just being like cast myself invisible.
Just cast yourself invisible.
That would be kind of awesome, actually, because I wouldn't have to worry about like draping. What was the first one? It was reading minds.
Yes.
I feel like that sounds really creepy. I think
Reading minds has always been a very double-edged sword. Because at one time you think, oh yeah, reading minds would be awesome.
having to hear everything though.
No one would be thinking ahead of me, but at the same time you do it and then you hear everything.
I would say though the same way that invisibility. Technically, if you were invisible in real life, you'd go blind because your eyes need to perceive light.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, that would be invisible, magic to your advantage, which means it's selective and you have to cast it. The power to read minds could also be selective where you have to cast it, which means temporarily you can hear everything. I would do it to check to see if they are thinking about me.
I would feel like in that vein, you would be good with speaking to animals. Because
It would be kind of selective.
honestly, for novelty's sake, I just want to see you have an entire conversation with Tyson, but no one know that you can understand him.
I mean, he kind of knows a lot of English now, actually, which is kind of weird now. Speaks to animal. What's the other one?
Speak to animal. The other one is superhuman strength.
Nah, I don't need that strength. I'm a bard, Invisibility is tempting. What was the next one after read minds?
Change the past.
Nah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I would try to, but I couldn't.
You would.
It's a temptation. I already chose a temptation, but I wouldn't choose a temptation that has like the paradoxical option.
True.
Reading minds tempting, but
Which one you going with?
what was the one after speak to animals?
Superhuman
No,
strength.
and then-
Change your appearance at will.
I kind of like that. I feel like being able to what's his name, shapeshift instead of being invisible, shapeshifting.
You've seen Encanto?
No, actually, why?
There's a big shapeshifter in that one.
I feel like I would use that to my advantage the most. Shapeshift.
You going shapeshift?
Yes.
All right. Heads or tails? It's literally a coin flip. And we were promised no more coin flips.
Siri, flip a coin. No. Tails. Wait.
Heads or tails?
The tail.
You going tails?
Yes.
Sorting hats ready.
Oh no.
And
no Gryffindor.
you
No Gryffindor. No.
are-
Don't Slytherin me.
a Ravenclaw.
Oh, come on.
You, that little secondary house.
I
that
think
got
because
you.
I am a gambling Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Like I want to be a bard for when it comes to magic. I am a bard.
Wit, learning, wisdom. Ravenclaws seek knowledge for knowledge's sake, driven by a passion and hunger to know their chosen subjects inside and out.
The chosen, especially. This has a tendency to produce oddballs and eccentrics.
At times, yeah.
I can produce an oddball. With all my options, like choose temptation just for like it's like rolling a d20. All of my magic would literally be like, is it gonna be fire? Is it gonna be water? Is it gonna be poisonous gas? And I would just shoot it during a fight.
Their single-minded pursuits can lead themselves to a sort of myopia, where Ravenclaw may overlook the human cost of their quest for more knowledge.
Yes, I would squeeze a brain to make sure I read the thought correctly so I could document it.
So, how do you feel about Ravenclaw?
You know, it's not bad. Honestly,
We both got the houses we didn't want and we made fun of constantly.
But I'm not a bookworm, you know?
You're not a bookworm, but I'm not a bookworm.
So I'd say for my Ravenclaw, it has Gryffindor undertones. Your Gryffindor has Slytherin undertones.
Exactly.
Because you still chose, like, personal, a dedication, a sweeping to the side.
Exactly.
What did you choose for your cheat? You didn't have the quill prompt, did you?
I didn't have the quill prompt.
But what did you say you would choose? The just tell the teacher outright.
I would say lie.
Oh yeah, that's Slytherin. That was.
I'm a snitches get stitches sort of person.
Yeah.
So, now let's move on to the shortest one because let's be honest, it's the most factual one, the wand quiz. Let us find out which wand we would have, and because we have a document all saved up, we will find out how each segment of the wand that we are given relates to us personally. So, let us begin with my wand. Welcome to Ollivanders, makers of fine wands since 382 BC. To ensure we find the perfect wand for you, it's very important that you answer the following 7 questions honestly.
Come on in and let's begin.
All right. First of all, would you consider yourself average height, tall, or short?
Above average.
I'm
tall.
above average.
So tall.
I'm a little bit above average, you would say?
Yeah.
All right. So.
I think average is like 5'9".
Yeah, and I'm a little over 5'9". So, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I have no argument against it. Tall.
Yeah. Aren't you like 5'11" or 6?
I don't know anymore.
I think we're both 6.
I don't know how much I weigh. I don't know how tall I am. I don't know much about physically myself.
Yeah, we're definitely both over 5'10" though.
Yeah. And your eyes, are they dark brown or black, gray, hazel, green, blue, brown, blue, gray, or other?
You definitely have blue-gray. Look at
I
you.
have blue-gray looking eyes, but
No.
no, I've got brown eyes.
You're like, yeah, you're a brown.
Yeah, I've got brown eyes. Was the day you were born in which an even number or an odd number? I was born on June 6th.
So you're a summer kid.
Summer kid.
Weird.
Yeah. Gemini, man.
Weirdo.
Even number. Do you most pride yourself on your determination, your resilience, your originality, your kindness, your imagination, your intelligence, or your optimism? I would say there's a few things. Which would you say for me?
I would say either resilience or determination. Probably determination.
Probably determination.
Like an absolutist.
I would say the one thing I've always been praised for, all throughout my life, is my imagination.
Yeah. You're definitely a world builder or a character builder.
Whenever someone has said that that I have such an imagination, instantly something clicks in my head like thinking, "Oh, I'm amazing."
I think also because you love, with the personality tests especially, you like to build, like, what is the network of reactions for this, like this person, this world?
Exactly.
And how can I, like, craft one?
So I would go imagination.
Yeah.
Traveling alone down a deserted road, you reach a crossroads. Do you continue left towards the sea, right towards the castle, or ahead towards the forest? I would go left towards the sea. Because I told you this last time we did the quiz.
You love the beach.
I love the beach. That's my happy memory. That is walking on the beach as the sun is rising, feeling the wind on my face, smelling the sea. That is my happy.
Beach bum bliss.
I'm a beach bum bliss. I am going left towards the sea.
Do you get sunburned easily?
I don't think I do. And then when I get off the beach, I realize, oh my God,
My skin
everything
is
hurts.
peeling.
Everything hurts.
The sun, like, bruised me. I turn brown, usually, in the summer.
Damn it, you get tan.
Oh, yeah, violently.
Do you most fear fire, darkness, isolation, heights, or small spaces?
Small spaces.
No.
You're a straight-up claustrophobe.
I'm a somewhat claustrophobe. I have always been terrified of the dark.
Really?
It is that unknown.
You wear your fears because you're always wearing black.
Exactly. I am terrified of not the darkness itself, but the unknown that comes with it.
Which kind of umbrellas with claustrophobia. I'm saying like the enclosed darkness, how dense it is.
The small spaces encompasses the fact that I like to be in control, and the darkness takes away all of it.
Yeah. You know, people with darker eyes can't see in the dark. Like, as people with light eyes, because it's a bright
Yeah.
object, it exposes easily. People with light eyes, they can't stand, like, snow blindness. They are weak to it. So we are good when it is very bright. People with light eyes are very good when it's dark.
All right, I'm going darkness.
I can't see in the dark.
In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? The silver dagger, the glittering jewel, the golden key, the black glove, the ornate mirror, the bound scroll, or the dusty bottle? It is between silver dagger and dusty bottle bound scroll. Silver dagger and bound scroll.
Is there a message in the dusty bottle?
I don't know.
Or do you think there's just something in it?
I know there's a message in the bound scroll.
There's a message in it?
There's gotta be a message in the bound scroll, right?
Maybe you gotta...
That curiosity!
You have to unbound it.
That curiosity's getting to me with the bound scroll because what does it say inside? Is it nothing?
Your wand is very Ravenclaw because it has an imagination seeker.
It has imagination. It has. I thought the same thing with my house, and I turned out to be Gryffindor.
Yeah, I think it's painting you as an adventurer instead of a like Imagineer explorer.
I'm gonna go bound scroll, because although I like the silver dagger, because if you were next to me and I picked out the silver dagger and you got something I wanted more. But realistically, I would go bound scroll because I gotta know what's inside.
You gotta read
Is it a water-bending scroll?
You gotta read it. Is it a waterbending scroll?
My wand is cypress wood with a phoenix feather core, 14.5 inches.
Damn.
Big and surprisingly swishy flexibility.
You got a big iron on your
I
hip.
got a big iron. So let us see how each of these connect to me, starting with cypress wood.
Cypress wands are associated with nobility. The great medieval wand maker Geraint Ollivander wrote that he was always honored to match a cypress wand, for he knew he was meeting a witch or wizard who would die a heroic death. Fortunately, in these less bloodthirsty times, the possessors of cypress wands are rarely called upon to lay down their lives, though doubtless many of them would do so if required. Wands of cypress find their soulmates among the brave, the bold, and the self-sacrificing, those who are unafraid to confront the shadows in their own and others' natures.
I hate the fact that
Frontier.
it
Mexican
sided
standoff.
me so much so with a Gryffindor personality. Brave, bold, self-sacrificing, which I don't necessarily align with. But when they said those who are unafraid to confront the shadows in their own and others' natures, like, yeah, that part's me.
It's trying to teach you to address your weaknesses and fears.
Except, I gotta accept the
You're
fact that I'm
so-
Gryffindor because even my wand is telling me, no, you're a Gryffindor, and the parts that...
You're gonna cope so hard.
All right, so Phoenix Feather Core.
This is the rarest core type. Phoenix feathers are capable of the greatest range of magic, though they may take longer than either unicorn or dragon cores to reveal this. They showed the most initiative, sometimes acting of their own accord, a quality that many witches and wizards dislike. Phoenix feather wands are always the pickiest when it comes to potential owners, for the creature from which they are taken is one of the most independent and detached in the world. These wands are the hardest to tame and personalize, and their allegiance is usually hard won.
Yes,
It's like a stubborn horse.
Yes, I am very independent. I view myself as very independent, very free spirit.
Yeah.
I do agree with the Phoenix Feather.
So you would weirdly work along with your core. So
Exactly.
at your core, you would still work well, but it would be that core to face your weaknesses.
Exactly. And finally, my flexibility.
Surprisingly swishy.
Surprisingly swishy.
You know when you shake a pencil and it does like the fake wiggle?
If I get that. Yes.
That's your magic
That is
trick?
my wand. That is the only magic I know.
Surprisingly swishy.
All right.
A wand with this flexibility will either surprise its owner by being surprisingly loyal or surprisingly unloyal, and is most often known for doing the unexpected. It is usually great for charm work. Owners are matched with wands of this flexibility are usually the type of people who have a hard time coming out of their shell or opening up. Yes. But once they do, others will find themselves drawn to their charming, fun-loving personalities. The owner usually adapts to unexpected changes, but may find it difficult to make hard decisions. Yeah.
I hate how accurate this all is.
Your wand is closer to you than your house, which I think makes a lot of sense.
My wand is
actually.
closer to me than my house, but at the same time, my wand is saying it aligns a lot with the house itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the wand is the bridge.
Your wand is like your Ravenclaw E companion.
Yeah, so my wand, that's my wand.
It's kind of like your fairy or your wand is
The
your
angel on the shoulder.
yes, your AI assistant.
All right, so that is my wand. So now, so it's time. Please try again later.
Oh, you got a network error.
Yeah. So now it is time to find out your wand.
My wand.
Come over here and log in. You almighty cheese.
No, don't bring it up. I don't want anyone to know my stupid email I made when I was 12 that I use.
Yeah, but at the same time, that username is all over the place with you.
No, I actually wiped it and I replaced it with my awesome new like gamer tag and stuff, Egg Street.
Yeah, so much more awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Save it. We're gonna save that. We're gonna save that.
Okay.
All right. Just so that we don't just
Ravenclaw, are you serious?
Ravenclaw. That's right. All right. So now we're gonna find out.
I'm kind of dressed like a librarian right now, but like a.
You are
pop-
dressed in blue.
This is not blue. This is black.
That's blue.
This is black.
That looks like a navy blue.
It's the deepest navy blue I've seen. Jesus.
Exactly.
No, it's black.
All right. What is your wand?
Welcome to Ollivander's makes a fine wands and
Wands.
Wands.
It's
To
wands.
ensure we find the perfect wand for you, it's very important that you answer the following. Come on in and let's wand.
Let's wand it up.
Wand it up.
All right. Come in. Let's begin. First of all.
Right. First of all, would you describe yourself as average, short, tall?
Yeah, you're tall. If you are describing me as tall, then you are tall by definition because you're taller than me.
By like a centimeter? I'm also wearing boots right now. My eye's black.
What?
Black.
You come over here. You do not have black eyes. I don't believe you. You have brown eyes. Those are brown.
Dark brown, black.
Those are brown eyes.
Dark brown, black.
Those are brown.
Dark brown,
Okay.
black.
I will concede this if you can do one thing.
What?
Pull out your ID. If your identification says that you have dark brown or black eyes, then I'll choose that. If it says you have brown eyes, what's your eye color?
Dark bro.
Let me see. Dark bro. Your eyes are brown.
Yeah, dark brown.
No, it just says brown.
You literally can't see the color in the picture.
It just says brown.
Yeah, dark brown isn't does your ID say dark brown?
No, it just says brown, which is why I went with brown.
There is no dark brown. Everyone's gonna get mad at you. It's black.
I'm gonna go brown.
My eyes are black.
Are you?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Everyone says my eyes are black. They called me Cole as a kid. I think.
See, even there,
What?
you hesitated.
You can ask my parents. My eyes are black. They're not brown. They're dark brown.
I'll flip a coin with you.
Okay.
Actually, no. Rock, paper, scissors. 2 out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Why is there a thumbs up? All right, so that's a rock. All right, so that's a rock. We're tied. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, dark brown.
Thank
Fine.
you.
Where did,
Even number.
you were born on an
October
even
2nd.
number day.
Yes. Do I most pride myself on my Optimism or originality? 'Cause
Optimism.
I do
originality.
quips. I like to do really good, occasional, like really good jokes that get everyone in the room like fucking.
At the same time, I feel like that would appeal to originality
uh,
side of you because you would want to stand out.
Yes, I would say for a lot of this originality.
You would say originality?
Yes.
All right. Traveling alone down a deserted road, you reach a crossroads, so you continue left towards the sea, right towards the castle, or head towards the forest.
The forest, straight ahead towards the forest.
You would try to make yourself part of the woods.
You know, like
You would think survival, and then you would think madness.
I am a log of moss, you know. Freaking forest, man.
All right. Do you most fear fire, darkness, isolation, heights, or small spaces?
I don't know. I feel like I don't fear any. Well, I guess maybe darkness, because
Which makes you the most uncomfortable? That's why I think if you don't fear these, what makes you the most uncomfortable?
I'd say socially, none of these. Isolation. 'Cause
Isolation.
Fire, nah. I've dealt with. I can hold fire in my hand. I'm fine. Small spaces, no. I can crawl through a cave. I'm fine.
You've tortured me with small spaces, if anything.
Absolutely. Darkness. If I shut my eyes, I can actually feel my way through like somewhere. The worst thing I've done is hit my shin on like the edge of my bed. You know, like the corner of your bed. Yeah. So in the darkness, I can go Toph mode where I can actually navigate. And heights, no. I've fallen from cliffs. I'm fine.
You have no fear of heights.
My arms are still attached.
All right. So you're gonna go with isolation?
Yes, I hate being alone at the lunch table.
Oh, that's my dream right there.
Nah, man.
Be alone on the lunch table. That's my dream. As long as no one's looking at me weird, then it's my dream.
That's the thing, is the isolation usually makes it like an open target.
Yeah. All right. So isolation. In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? The silver dagger, the glittering jewel, the golden key, the black glove, the ornate mirror, the bound scroll, or the dusty bottle?
The black glove makes me think of like Prince or Michael Jackson.
That's what you think. Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Not Prince. Because Michael Jackson just had the one black glove.
I don't trust anyone that goes for the jewel, you know? Especially if it's a diamond. I hate diamonds. Golden key, kind of like that. Ornate mirror or golden key. You were stuck between the scroll and the mirror, weren't you?
Nope, I was stuck between
Dagger
the
and
scroll and the
scroll.
dagger.
So I'm stuck between key or mirror. I'm trying to think. Am I trying to open up something or am I trying to reflect? I'm gonna go with mirror.
Go mirror? Mm-hmm. All right.
How big is an ornate? Like ornate, isn't that like shoulders and up?
Ornate, mirror.
Just want to know how big. I'm gonna go with a
It's
key.
shoulders and up.
I don't like big. I don't want a big mirror. I thought it would be like a handheld.
Oh, so you're gonna go golden key?
Yep.
Cedar with a unicorn hair, 13 and a quarter inches, and quite bendy flexibility.
I imagine it shoots rainbows.
Shoots rainbows.
It shoots rainbows.
Shoots rainbows. All right. So,
So tell me about my wand.
Control F, cedar. Whenever I meet one who carries a cedar wand, I find strength of character and unusual loyalty. My father, Garavis Ollivander, used always to say, "You will never fool the cedar carrier." And I agree. The cedar wand finds its perfect home where there is perspicacity and perception. I would go further than my father, however, in saying that I have never met the owner of a cedar wood wand who I would care to cross, especially if harm is done to those of whom they are fond. The witch or wizard who is well matched with cedar carries the potential to be a frightening adversary, which often comes as a shock to those who have thoughtlessly challenged them.
Yeah, it's kind of like my tough guy moment. It's like, oh man, don't mess with him, and someone's like, oh, I'm you know what? I'm gonna mess. It's like, nope, bop, one move, gone.
That's the most unthreatening way you could have said, yeah, I'm a tough guy.
Exactly. Like they're like, oh, he's not gonna do anything, and then nothing, out like a light.
So
Tell me about the unicorn hair.
your core is unicorn.
Surprised it's not blood.
Surprised not blood.
Yeah.
Silver. Unicorn hair generally produces the most consistent magic and is least subject to fluctuations and blockages. Wands with unicorn cores are generally the most difficult to turn to the dark arts. They are the most faithful of all wands and usually remain strongly attached to their first owner, irrespective of whether he or she was an accomplished witch or wizard. Minor disadvantages of the unicorn hair are that they do not make the most powerful wands, although the wand wood may compensate, and they are prone to melancholy if seriously mishandled, meaning that the hair may, quote, die, unquote, and need replacing.
I'm not the type to abuse that. I've had I feel like, especially for a wand, because it's like it's slightly fragile because it's a thin piece of wood. I've had like headsets that have lasted me almost 10 years now.
I can't. I break everything.
No, I don't know. My phone, I had a iPhone 5 that lasted until 2016, so all the way through like until high school.
Nice.
Yeah, which I say is pretty impressive, especially for the fact that like my only jump was a hand-me-down that was on its last legs, and I made that last 3 years until I got my phone now.
I feel like both the wood and the core have been enforcing loyalty with you.
Unexpectedly loyal.
Unexpected
like,
loyalty.
I wouldn't mess with this guy. This is someone I trust. And like I'm like, oh man, I'm a tough guy. I'm a gambler. It's like, no, I trust you. You're kind. You're BSing.
Now, with quite bendy flexibility, a wand with this flexibility tends to be very loyal to its original owner. If it finds itself in a new owner's hands, it will make itself difficult to work with. But with time, it will eventually warm up to a new owner. This wand is not exceptional at any particular branch of magic, but it is well-rounded enough that it will do well or average in every area. Owners of fairly bendy wands are well-liked, but pride themselves on trying to stand out from the crowd. Unfortunately, some of them may be quite susceptible to peer pressure, usually brought on by being in a group considered, quote, different, unquote, from others.
That felt a little personal.
That felt
Thanks.
personal, but at the same time, I feel like that is true.
Yeah, I think I'm a kind of daredevil-y. I could get peer pressure into pretty much doing anything.
Absolutely.
Why do you think I try new foods?
Absolutely. I feel like just the fact
13 and 3/4, just specific enough that I would say that every time.
13 3/4, it's long.
It's basically 14.
No, it's
like-
you have a red wand.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Is cedar wood red? Pretty sure.
You're
it is.
saying it's red.
Cedar wood. I'm looking this up real quick.
Yes. While I log into mine for our last segment.
Yeah, cedar's like a brown red. I think that's like a red paint job, you know.
Nice.
That's cool though. But yeah, I would love a well-rounded wand.
Your wand seems to enforce the fact that you are extremely loyal, and yet Ravenclaw is the only house that I have heard has nothing related to loyalty.
Like they're not against it, like, but they don't have a thing for it or against it. Like Slytherins have a thing for like dark evil loyalty,
Not dark evil loyalty.
dark loyalty.
Not dark loyalty, just loyal to the fact that, okay, I am loyal to you, but if you betray me, I will stab you in the back. If someone betrays you, however, I'll stab them in the back.
Hufflepuffs are like, I'm just a puppy dog. Like
I'm just here to love everyone. And Gryffindors are like
I am a
or
loyal
like-
hero. We will fight together.
Gryffindors are like
Hoorah.
the middle of Hufflepuff.
Well, the
and
hero
Slytherin loyalty.
Gryffindors are like the hoorah sports team.
Exactly. All right, so now final one, Patronus. What do you think? What do you think is going to be for me? Like
You might get like a horse.
a horse,
Yeah, or a rhino.
horse or a rhino, or a rhino.
Rhino.
Why a rhino?
Because I feel like you might get something that I got again last time. Just the fact that you got a Gryffindor and I didn't get a Gryffindor again. The Patronus is a kind, positive force. The projection of the very things that the Dementor feeds upon. Hope, happiness, the desire to
Survive.
survive. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Now, this is a quick one. We got
Go through it without
quick,
thinking.
Quick.
How many answers can you miss?
I don't know. I think it's like 2,
Okay.
but I wouldn't jinx it. You can only discover your Patronus once the questions are timed. Go with your instincts. Okay, now the Patronus quiz.
Don't think, do.
Now you have to be in your happiest memory right now. You have to be with your happiest thought, your happiest desires, your desire to survive. And at the moment, my happiest memory is just, it's 2018. It's April-ish, and we are all at a friend's birthday party going to see Avengers Infinity War. We go into the theater, and we meet up a couple other friends there too, in an entirely different group. We exchange thoughts with other people in the seats, and we all take up the entire row watching Infinity War. And it was just the best thing ever. And it turned out to be one of my favorite movies of all time. And just that just that unity between our friends, just beautiful. That is perfect memory for me. I almost got teary-eyed right there.
Wow.
I love that. I love that memory.
I felt that.
All right.
I feel like I was in the moment.
Beginning.
Begin.
Relax. Think of your happiest memory. Trust me, I am. Read off these answers. Serve, protect, seek, protect. We're moving through the woods. And here we have salt or sweet. Salt.
Moving.
We're moving through the darkness. Lead, escape, save. Lead.
Lead. You are a front of the line type.
Yeah. We're seeing something. Something's.
Something's moving.
I saw something. You nearly produced Patronus. You're close. Keep with the happy memory. We're moving. We're moving.
Think about it. Think about it.
Why or who? Why? Prepare to meet your Patronus.
Oh man.
Listen, watch, touch. Touch.
That's a good song.
I like your touch. 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 Alright, we're going into the woods. We're going into the pool and click and drag to release my Patronus. Here we go. Expecto Patronum.
Your Patronus is
Nasty! I got my Mastiff back!
It just straight up came back.
My Mastiff!
You
I have all the things from last time.
you
I did not change.
Well, I think your wand was I think I got the 14-inch last time and you didn't. I thought you got like the 10 or 12 inch. Wow, you got your
I
Mastiff.
got my Mastiff back!
Did you ever really lose
Gerald!
it? Jerry.
Now let's see how the Mastiff Patronus relates
Control F.
to me personally. Oh, yeah. Control F. Sorry.
Let's see.
Let's see how my Mastiff Patronus relates to my personality.
The Mastiff dog. English Mastiffs are regarded as one of the most gentle dog breeds, despite their large stature. Mastiffs are a combination of confidence, loyalty, and intelligence, and are considered good family dogs. In fact, Hagrid's dog is played by a Neapolitan Mastiff, which, yeah,
I'm
big dog,
I'm
big,
just.
big.
You know what? I will accept the Gryffindor. I will accept the Gryffindor personality
Because you got all your other stuff.
since I got my Mastiff back.
I wonder what I'll get. Because I got.
You got an otter last time,
And
but
before that, I got a rhino.
yeah, that's right.
So
Rhino was a red run too.
Yeah. I want to know now. Just one moment, guys.
Nope, you don't need to because we saved it.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Exactly.
I was tricking you. You see, it was a, yeah.
For the record, I will call my Mastiff.
Harold.
Call him Jerry.
You need to give him like a really British name. Harold. Geralt.
Call him.
Is that my password? Let's find out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yours.
Materializing. All right.
Your Patronus. Now,
Let's discover happiest memory.
happiest memory.
Very recent, actually. Just
All
because
right.
childhood memory, but brought like when my inner child like came back very recently, especially with No Way Home,
Ooh.
in the theater. I feel like I know everyone around me already. We are double the excitement from Spider-Verse already. Odd's right next to me. I'm wearing a Venom shirt, so I'm wearing my ideas right on me. And one of these moments, dude, I actually started hyperventilating. It was kind of embarrassing.
Whoa.
I was like, my eyes wouldn't shut. I couldn't blink. I couldn't I was like breathing heavily after that through my mouth too. I wasn't even like congested. I was just like, oh my god, and I was the loudest person when the entire theater like screamed at a moment in it, and my god, I don't think my voice ever went that high pitched. It was cringe, but it was freedom. It was like the most.
It was like, I don't care. This is my reaction.
And then the person next to me like matched everyone around was matching energy. I was louder than the loud people in the room. Like the people who are loud at the start and are like talking really loudly.
That camaraderie, that understanding between not just an entire row of people,
This
an
isn't just
entire
our favorite
theater
thing. We
of
all
people.
turned into kids in the best. I mean that in such a you are a child. I am a child right now. I am literally watching this. I can't explain. I'm blissful. It's
Just-
a blissful moment. I wish I could relive it again.
Just that
because-
speechlessness of all the theater experiences, that is the theater experience.
because it is not. It's also just you knew how to you didn't hit me in my heart. You hit my inner child. You literally went through me for that.
I think I know what you're talking about now, but
It's like you pushed a button that I didn't know existed or was still plugged in.
yeah. So
I'm ready.
All right, we got to go answer these questions real quick.
Yep. Think of your happiest memory. I'm thinking, dude. I'm back in the moment. Honestly, I might tear up. I'm going through with this.
Dream, dance, discover.
Dream.
We're moving through the forest, through the darkness, guided by the light of the mouse.
I'm a maladaptive daydreamer.
Smooth or rough?
Smooth.
And we move swiftly through the night. Here we go. Earth, wood, stone.
Earth. I like to reach my hand in the soil,
Just that grovedness.
Yes.
The grovedness? It's a new word. There it is. There's the glimpse. The glimpse.
That was bright.
What was that? Your Patronus is trying to form. Don't give up.
Such an emotional moment,
Yeah.
Prompts me.
Lost or found?
Found. You thought it would be lost.
This is astonishing. You've almost done it. Keep with that happy memory. Here we go. Listen, watch, touch.
I'm gonna go with touch, actually.
Here we go. We're moving to the legendary pond. Are you ready? When you're ready, say the magic word.
Hibbledy bibbledy
Expect-
dragon.
you know the word.
Expecto Patronus. Patronus me. Is a
Otter!
Again!
Again with the otter!
I didn't even choose the same stuff.
How did You got an otter!
I got my otter back.
You got your otter back! Oh
It's a
my
cute
God.
one. It's a cute one. So
I'm speechless right now. We both got our things back.
this isn't even. We didn't even get the same prompts.
It's
Destiny. It's destiny.
It's destiny.
The houses we were too biased on, it called us out and it put us in our place.
But in return, it gave us our Patronuses back.
And it's like these things are still true. The first one, you were like, yeah,
Through their affinity to water, others otters are symbolic of life, purification. Otters are also extremely playful and curious. They have no reservations about following their curiosity since they are also fearless without many enemies in the wild, these little guys don't have much reason to be afraid. Associated with friendship, otters are often found holding hands while sleeping.
It's adorable. It's so they
It's
don't drift
adorable.
away in the water.
It's adorable.
And they smash little rocks to get stuff out of them, like clams.
With that said,
People give them toys to replicate it, so they put their food in, like, you know those Easter eggs that are like they pop in half.
Yeah.
They give them those so that they can smash them. It's adorable.
what are you gonna name your otter?
An otter. Gonna name him Jeeb. Jeeb.
Not Jeb.
No, Jeeb.
Jeep.
Jeeb is my otter. His name's Jeeb.
Jeep.
That's the noise they make too.
Jeep.
Jeep. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan's favorite animal is an otter, I believe. I think his favorite is sea otters, and they're the cute ones.
Hermione's Patronus is an otter.
Oh, forgot that. I remember that. All right, I remember that, and then I forced myself to not remember that. I don't hate Hermione. It's just like, oh, I don't want anything to do with her.
You don't want anything to do with her.
She would like, for a group project, she wouldn't let me like. I would ask her something about her notes, and she would like do some sort of backhanded comment. I don't know. I would hate her.
If anything, she is She is between our two houses, Gryffindor and Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, for my house, my definitive 2022 house is basically the exact same results as last year. I am still in Gryffindor.
So we can confirm he wasn't trying to aim for Slytherin because there's no really you can't really actually pick your house. You can't cheat this really.
You can't cheat it necessarily. There are answers that you can tell.
Or you did and you messed
can
it up.
tell
so
sort
bad.
of lean towards certain answers, but at the same time, I think I got all of the questions that weren't necessarily go towards this house or go towards this house. There's your options.
Yeah.
My wand is cypress wood with a phoenix feather core, 14.5 inches, and surprisingly swishy flexibility, meaning that I am self-sacrificing, I am independent, and I have a hard time coming out of my shell, but I'm a good-natured heart all around.
Yeah.
And my Patronus, once again, yes,
Mastiff.
is Mastiff, is Gerald the Mastiff.
And I thought it was just Mastiff, like the umbrella term for Mastiffs, because there's like a bajillion. Every big dog pretty much is a Mastiff.
Yeah.
They have like a slightly stubby. No, it's a British one. I think it's an English one.
But honestly, I will accept the Gryffindor house.
Because you got all your stuff back.
Because I got everything back that I had originally. So I have to look. So if
You
this
have
is
to
telling me
accept it, bro.
anything, I have to learn to accept it. I am a Gryffindor. It is time that I adopt the identity of a Gryffindor.
Which means you can also like reclaim it in a way so that it's not just you can undo the main character stereotype.
Exactly. However, for
You still
you,
have Slytherin undertones.
I still have Slytherin undertones, but again. However, for you,
Not a main character.
you're not a main character. What is your thing?
Weird. I am a Ravenclaw. It's weird. And I have a 13 3/4 red unicorn hair core cedar wand, and it's surprisingly bendy with flexibility.
quite bendy.
It is very loyal, and it's not stubborn. It's just hard to become loyal to another, which I'd say it's my thing is pointing me towards the interpersonal relationship. Like I have a very networked wand.
If this is telling me anything, is that your house is telling you are wise, you're creative, you're very accepting, all that stuff. But don't forget the interpersonal relationships of your life.
What is it? Genius but lazy.
Brilliant but lazy.
Brilliant but lazy.
And of course, your Patronus.
My otter. I got my otter back.
Yeah.
Jeeb.
Jeep. So,
Yeah, I got very different stuff because I don't know. My first one seemed a little. I think it was too close to yours. That's the thing. Like a lot of my answers were.
we were rushing through your answers because there was the glitch, and then we were running out of time, so we had to rush through your answers.
And I was like, yours sounded kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I wasn't copying. I was just like, I like this better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, you're happy with your Ravenclaw?
I think so.
Will you learn to love your Ravenclaw?
As a not book nerd, I will undo the stereotype I impose on it.
You will undo the stereotype of book nerd. on Ravenclaw, I will undo the stereotype of obnoxious with Gryffindor.
Yes.
With that said,
You will. That's so weird. You will undo the jock. I will undo the nerd.
we will find a common middle ground. Which, the more I think about it,
That's what we are right now.
we are the middle ground. That said, next time on Real Wreckers,
Very sad we don't have fortune cookie time.
we don't
Sorry,
have
guys.
fortune
We'll have
cookie
it next time, I think.
Yeah, we
Now
forgot
that things
fortune
are
cookies.
settled back in.
Yeah. So next time on Real Wreckers, what do you think we should do, Dalton?
What do I was just trying to remember what it was actually the entire time. It's some sort of thing we haven't spoken about yet, and I'm pretty sure something just released for it. It'll pop into my head randomly. I've been trying to remember.
Is it Dragon Ball Z or
It
is
might be a cartoon episode
is it
actually.
a cartoon episode? Is it Clone Wars? Is it
I think it might actually been Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball?
or Ghibli. I'm trying to get you to. I might try to see if we can do something Ghibli related, so I get you the stuff.
Tomorrow I'm going to see Belle, the new anime movie Belle.
I have not heard of that. I haven't heard about that.
I've seen the trailers and the trailers looked awesome, so I'm like, yeah, I'll see that.
I've been on the Boba Fett hype train.
Yeah, I get that. But what should we do?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking possibly something Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball related.
Something Dragon Ball related.
That's what I'm thinking at least. It might switch to something else.
I might switch to something else. Honestly, wait a minute. I just got an idea.
We have them tell us what they want.
No, I have a. We'll try that another time. I have a better idea. We have Pottermore and Wizarding World for all of this stuff Harry Potter related. You get to find out your Hogwarts house. You get to find out your Patronus. You get to find out your wand. Nothing like that for Star Wars.
Isn't there one for that though?
There's nothing like Pottermore for the Star Wars community.
So you want to try to make one for ourselves?
Next time on Rear Wreckers, we are going to talk about why there is no Pottermore for Star Wars
And how they can make one.
and how they can make one. And then, if we have enough time later on, we will find out. We will decide what the criteria are and where we would fit.
Yeah, between Jedi, Mandalorians.
Mandalorian, Sith, what color lightsabers we would have, all that sort of stuff.
Are you a bounty hunter? Are you a trader? Are you a pilot?
Exactly. So, tune in next time for Real Wreckers, where we will be discussing Pottermore for Star Wars. But we'll get into that stuff next week. Yeah. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at Real Wreckers. That is REL_RECKERS.
And our TikTok at Real Wreckers. That's REELRECKERS. To stay up to date for all of our polls and for a shout out next time.
And you said that we were going to be doing some more TikTok related things.
I am prepping a lot of content for our TikTok so that we have a nice feed going.
All right.
It's going to be hype.
Until then, I'm Billy.
And I'm Dalton.
And you can consider this real
Wrecked.